So kwesiada anwumre nsia abaka ho ekwa akobo no nso adi yemre ebre na widura ye eba wakwan so mesrem misada mensayem se momfa nchen fidie na adi dwuma ntinya eho betechima kakra na bebo na ni kakra no machine is 100% sa yesrem na mode achen na mo beka me ho Mr. Free and re ase Open free nyame shop saso ede home based TV aba the party a ye nya kwanya kransemi e faso e ma wiase amanyina Mr. Free ono papa en wo chiro baka me ho ni adadofo a dwumadie wo ma na titi ebo ho ka se de be ya bit me ato airtime ya ibit me ede support console ye salutu mu nyina ye ho nyankopon isham papa mo hwe TV Monso yehu nyankopon Israel papa fa mama adwo emamata na yebesre dwumadie enya kwa airtime for free enti obi biara we ni gi dwumadie hu a obepese dwumadie bekoso atena mframa mu no yesre wa wadaroma kakra ewo dofo nsem eno de ma empani so se ahanha na tamhia eye pepe tika krabia betimi no wa donate e dey support program no ba betimi a donate dey afa so no Megidis production the big screen is my 055 35 74 933 055 35 74 933 Everybody Joseph Anane now so about support program Mimi di a share for this year Kufika Kerry na da said the evangelist the researcher Joseph Anane and so on. Evangelist Emmanuel Kwaba. Yeah. Chief Fitan, yes, wedding could move Supreme Court. Okay. Well, last week, when you Kenya Armship program, no, and then as I said last week, it is also and then the annual I last week, they kind of say. And the topic I am these have one mind. So we na ye power the free Revelation chapter 17 one more follow program no Revelation verse 13 ye 17 in a brainty mama Revelation chapter 17 verse 13 and 17 ti asama oka ewo yenum ewo adwene kro eho no na topic no wenum wo adwene kro na wo de won tumi ene wo na ho de wan wenum wo adwene kro na wo de won tumi ene wo na ho de wan yenko 17 adenti no ma bom tirim se da so se yeyo no eno a na yebeyo tie di nyame kan verse 17 na onyankopon na ode ahye won akomam se omma ni tirim emram na wonye adwene kro na wonfa won ahenie wa no kosi se onyankopon asem no be wie du etina ti won akoma se won hwe se de be ya ne nkom sha wa hye no ebepam yakeka funu no yakeka ma atampan asem nkyere mu ne sen program ni yie no ya mama wate ase se conspiracy kesi bi koso yankopon ransem du anyankopon hu me da wodi esi wodi ahye no ho so se ono ne wonam Daniel so hye nkom se ahenie bi beba obepo ni tirim so bebre ne mra na bra wiase nyina beka bom ene na dwena koba mo yi nyame hu me da na firi ho ahye mra de abata kire atia wona da no no kra hu me da ye de to so no me me da no eye adwuma no ye be shamra e de tia wo bo hunu se wiase kruwa ayema na afi Nyankopɔn bɛkanya no ho na ɔde nabufu ba na ye hunu se ho pupuye bi efrase se eye adwuma ya na megidi se dodo wa waso no de o ma te de honhom no ka kire asafo no tina so ye ba evangelist ye mo adwuma apa ba biu ye megidi se me summary na ye
no ano no
these have one mind part 3 ye de na wo ka kire
wa bon tofa na said the kanta no one more last week esan efidie ehun sensementi omontimi anya yi omoti ni said ye be kwa nwumre ya won be ho last week na omanya na papa na no ane ye kan.
That's right.
Ana mon so last week no munya ne yi nti ne yi na mon fan kan de mo de aka no de be bo ma wachi ase me fan chia emma meyere ene meyere no me ka sa on beti ase me show nyina ene me ma.
That's right.
Na ko pon sham aketo abaako Ziko Zion College.
Okay.
And one day ne birthday Alfred Logan the chia emo nyinara me chia ma me city sampele ya ma me chia na ko pon kai nyina ene mase asompele Matthew Pacho chia right what can some be now me go straight to the point. Last week ye kind na nanso me saka enkom hye say the grace of Christ Yesu beba.
Okay.
Ye benya ahemfo aho hinni akodo abedi wiase so.
That's right.
Na sa hinni no obobo mako 19. The just 9 no tim. Sana Daniel ne dia.
That's right.
Enti ebewie enson edi samoa. Enso no Daniel odru enan no so giche mu no oni nyina mako.
That's right.
Enti no so kan Daniel nation na ama adeni emu ada ho.
Okay.
Enti no enu egu na odru edisem 3 dunson chechemu du mienu du miensa du 9 na afọ badunson ahemfo enson na wo ho no ehye Babylon.
That's right.
Medo-Persia, waba pagan Rome, no papa Rome. Daniel Jenny.
That's
right. Daniel at a son. Or Becca say, me who are a free epomopi, but I could say that. There also mean to say, Sicily, there's not to say, or Sebo, there's also Nani about who be when you deep when you damn a man do not or share it. I beg it to be a PhD free. A doom remian san very good. I know your papa row. Once a son Daniel Ekano. This is a Bra Yesu Christ Baba. Okay. Over Revelation or no I told the boys in what chim. Sadam. We Revelation chapter 17 verse 10, 11, 12. What ain't you know a hinia basa says soon. I Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome. And so Papa Rome. Papa Rome by 98 and you go. Okay. A whole brand Bible church say you go back back no America. A brand so for penny I would take on your so now also says of a penny. Now said a my man so set on my penny. Or no a strap for betching I didn't call share prison a year for piles this. Ye miss I said. A dear pa na beba so ye ni ti obetu na ponko ne dom ni akogoro aso dem si ensi. Okay. So for oya manyosem no onya man onye enanya. That's right. Oh ye ka se aboa no Bible ka se beast enya aboa ke se asore pani efa amanyosem emra. That's right. Emra batana solo no this amanyosem asori mra Bible friend beast. That's right. Menche mu yi wono na osensi ohoni si ho se ye nkutu sa ohoni no. That's right. Na wan nkutu no a odi ubetu ojam oh odi osun esi ho and odi amanyosem emra bata ho. That's right. It's a friend beast ye sanity ebra Roman Catholic to me a pejaye no na wusuban no. Okay. sanity enti no omo nya wiase se tumi ti na Bible edi sa ahini no wo kire mo Bible mo se eye beast.
Okay.
Obi anhwe Britannica Encyclopedia Americana any ehoma kodo a wiase edusuafo age ato se eye yensua.
That's right.
Na mun kan na mun se eye dan na yakochi pop dia akoshe prison o mun kan sa de no na afiben so na si 1798
General Bethia
very good 15 February and that's
that's right.
And ye chi no na bofo ne say aka ahenye no ba ko ne wo ho and ba ko ne wo ho no eya fe na America eba.
That's right.
America je won fa ho de April British for nsem July 4 1776
okay.
And ye be fa Pope Diako prison no na afi na America pejaba.
That's right.
Enu ntin wo kan edi semetredum yen Revelation 30:11 na osi ohun America te se ogwama bi.
That's right.
A opie efrasa senum. Na opie ba na afi o se bedru na wiye na okasa te se otwase sanity.
Ofrase in God we trust. Freedom of worship. Afi die dru ba bia.
Yes. Kasa te se otwase. Ono ne de to so nsia. Enti na bofo no se ba ko de oho. And was say back on a yamaye na eba obedi hibritiawa.
That's right.
Don't yamaye no and I made sure has a United Nations by 1945.
That's right.
United Nations we are say amanamanyina nkabom kuku.
That's right.
Bible friend say du Bible friend aboa or friend 10 horns. O share atrenum Daniel and commission by Revelation commission no Oben 10 horns bia mendu bia na ejira ma wiase to me.
That's right.
And the UN ejira ho ma wiase to me. And the Bible kire say UN beba wiase beka ho bom. Na oba wia ansa na papa se no aye prado no papa se no 1798 ye yi ni fi ho no obesan ya babiem.
Okay, obesa ni prakro no.
Yes. Ba wo ba no o ma no sa sorry. Eno na me pese wo mo etie mo ntie ni ye very carefully.
Okay.
General Bethia Wambachi Roman Catholic Church and go prison. Obechi political power, political power. Obia oye sofo na osanso kuta amanyo tumi.
Oh, okay.
Say ni pani ya chi. Sa. Ena Bible so obesan babim ti ba obabi mu e osi enya obia. Wasan Roman Catholic sofo sara. Na okuta amanyo tumi.
Ene sorry. And say
yes, sorry tumi.
Tumi.
Ene amanyo. Very good. Ena me chire mo ha me bo video no. Last week, see about video. Say, a BC da. If you say UN baby, 1945. Now Roman Catholics of Penny, one for Roman Catholic Franca, Naya could see UN.
That's right.
Baby, Amana Franca, see, baby, Ghana, DC, baby, America, DC, India, Portugal, baby, DC. Now almost a Franca could see. And a Yebisa say, Roman Catholic Franca would see UN, or what they could see was say, sorry, and that's what they could see was say, or mine. Very good. I'm compared them. And on what you say, I'm frank, I know me see one.
And so Shadiana that's one. Yes,
Abrantam. Very good. Was it what the Baku be also a tomb? When the Baku be as a tomb. SUN. Yebisa said, a dinner, Omudico see one. Omudico see one, man can say the Roman Catholic service, you almost say the Holy See. I could see you. Oman kase Roman Catholic, Oman kase Vatican. A Holy See.
That's right.
Holy See ni chere say. Pope obet na konya so no. Promise you say so no ti konya so.
That's right.
Holy See chere say ono no ye president. E na ba bia Roman Catholics of penifo wo bia obiase ekro bia mu no omo ne nana musifo.
That's right.
Enti Holy See ni Roman Catholic aban.
Okay.
Aga na hyase. Enu nti wo ko si wo wie no. Ape oye dan. Afa no de ni mra ebeba wiase. Enje se okasa onkasa ma asori okasa ma wiase nyina se wiase ni so.
That's right.
Entina Bible kire se abo na ohunu no ebire bi na owo ho. Sa ba ne efa ne pepa Rome. Eno to ne se de oni ho de pra no.
Na che ya be china koto France amana.
Yes. Eno njo ka se oni ho no. Enti ni oni ho no. Sa ba na America ni UN omo efefeba.
That's right.
Oni ho nkyerɛ sɛ ɔma bie Bible sɛ ɔbɛsan ya babie ɔmɛsan babie yɛ na yɛ kyerɛ mu ayɛ ho no yɛ nkyerɛ mu yie nti na mepɛ sɛ yɛ clear hɔ ma nipa ne te aseɛ ɔbɛba no ɛda homa so February 11 1929
oh okay
ɛna Italy atwa asase ɛma Roman Catholic sɛ ɛfiri sɛ yɛkyi popɔ prison no montimi nya motabea ne motumi nkutaeɛ enti yɛahyɛ aseɛ ɛbɔ ma asetena ɛna Italy pani a wote kɔne saa abra ne yɛfrɛ no Benito Mussolini ɔno ne Roman Catholic sɔfoɔ no nso wɔkɔnya saa abra ne yɛfrɛ no Cardinal Gaspari mmienu yi ɛna de nsa hyɛ krataa ase ɛsensan sɛ sesei no Roman Catholic asɔre wɔ Italy no sesei bi kyɛ sɛ yɛahyɛ no anuonyam
sɛ kɛseɛ ɛkyɛ sɛ yɛntamama no
ɛde ama no
sɛ ɛnyɛ mo atenaeɛ
yes ɛno yɛ asɔre no afei na yɛ wae so ntoma Bible sɛ yɛpra na afei yɛsa ne yadeɛ kakra saa bɛ 1929 na ɔni wiase so afei na waba a yɛsa ma no wiase tumi kakra ɛfiri hɔ no wɔde di mu kakra de kɔsi 2015 ɛna ɔkɔpie UN ɛna meka ɔha sɛ saa 2015 na ɔde kɔsi UN no na kyɛ sɛ afei no yɛasa ne yadeɛ
ɛwɔ gyete wonim sɛ ansa na wobɛkɔ UN no
yes
na wɔkyini mensuro nka ewiase ama nyinaa na dodoɔ no mu
yes
ama ɔno wɔn ayɛ pam ɛde n'ahobraseɛ ne nsɛm ato wɔn anim ansa na wɔpagya ne frankaa ɛde akɔsi UN
saa ɛnti na wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ aboa ohun no ebire bi na ɔwɔ hɔ na sɛsɛ deɛ ɔni hɔ na ɔbɛsan yaba na ɔtɔ so nwɔtwe na ɔfiri ɛson no na ɔba a ɔkɔ ɔsa yie mu ɛno nti mmemme nim sɛ ɛfiri 2015 a Holy See ɛde na franka kɔsi UN no yɛahyɛ ɔhyɛ yɛ bere mu ɔsɛ yɛ bere mu no yɛahyɛ ase a yɛ kɔ ano nti yɛnkɔ yɛkyi bi ɛnti ɛmom ne hyɛ ase ɛbɔ kɔkɔ sɛ adeɛ no mpanimfoɔ no yɛ no mɛmi na afɔ mo wɛmbɔ ho dede ɛfiri sɛ yɛn nkɔm hyɛ na sɛ yɛhu o sɛ gye na mo nyi ni o
ɔmbɛka sɛ sika ni hɔ
fine na Bible ka asɛm bi wɔ edisɛm hɔ a yɛtɛ do so kyɛmu wɔtwe no wɔse wɔn yɛ ti asase no wɔn bɛsom no
that's right
and they that dwell on the earth saa na ɔka no ɔse wɔn a yɛntwerɛ mu din ɛwɔ oguama no nkwa ho no saa afɔ nyinaa bɛdi n'akyi
they will believe him
yes
na deɛ ɔbɛka biara no ɔmmɛdi akyiri
very good na atwetwe mu me kan sɛ yɛwɔ bɔne a yɛtɛ yɛnyɛ mmeammea anyakopɔn ontimi nyinaa saa bɔne no so mfa twi wiase nyinaa so
that's right
bɔne a yɛbɛyɛ anyakopɔn betimi gyina so atwi wiase nyinaa so ne sɛ wiase nyinaa bɛkɔ adwenkuro mu na nyinaa yɛayɛ bɔne baako ɛne anyakopɔn betimi twi nyinaa so ma na yɛ yie
okay
okɔ bɛbɛn te sɛ India wɔn kuro no bi ɛsum anantwie
that's right ana wɔtwetwam yɛyi
ho video that's right ebi so wɔwɔ na de anyakopɔn timi gyina no so atwi wiase nyinaa so ɛnyɛ yie obedu kuro bi so yɛtwetwa tire yɛyɛ no bi ɛho nyɛ ni nyina no yakopɔ ntimi nka sɛ yɛtwa bi ti Boko Haram fo akokuma bi nti no ɔtwe Ghana fo aso it's impossible
na sɛ France fo agye
yes
ɔbaa na ɔbaa wade bɛma wade atum to ɔtwe
wiase nyina so ɛnyɛ yie yɛwɔ bɔne a ɛwɔ sɛ wiase nyinaa bɔ mu yɛ ɛna ɛno no deɛ kyɛ sɛ yakopɔ ɔbɛbɔ mu ahyɛ asɛ wiase nyinara
that's right
waka ho asɛm wɔ Isaiah twerɛ no metel do no nhyɛnkyɛmu do no baako Isaiah 26 verse 21 ɛda screen no so ɔse na hwɛ Awurade ebefiri di efiri na tenaeɛ na ɔbɛtwi asase for so aso for behold the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity very good saa enti when you say asase nyinaa yɛ te so no Nyankopɔn ebɛtwi aso
that's right
bɔne a yɛyɛ a wiase nyinaa ɛbɛyɛ a Nyankopɔn bɛtwi aso no yɛbɔ video sɛ ɛba no na afei yɛmfa nhyɛ aseɛ ɛnkɔ ne mu kakra
yɛwɔ videos mako 15 a ɛnɛ yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛbɛsɛ production sɛ moayɛ ready a video 1 to 3 yɛsrɛ mo na nka mɔroro ama yɛn
violence. Statements made on this stage this morning have been very powerful and give me much hope that we will come away from Paris with an effective consensus. Here in Paris, we shall decide on the future of our planet, President Hollande said this morning. This is a pivotal moment and history is calling, said Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. As we gather here in Paris, one can only regret the decades that have passed in which we did nothing but argue whether climate change was really happening or not. Now we know better.
Nearly 200 nations have assembled here this week. A declaration that for all the challenges we face, the growing threat of climate change could define the contours of this century more dramatically than any other. And what should give us hope that this is a turning point, that this is the moment we finally determined we would save our planet, is the fact that our nations share a sense of urgency about this challenge and a growing realization that it is within our power to do something about it.
On the 29th of last month, there was a high panel discussion on climate change, and I had the honor of leading the Vatican delegation to that high panel discussion, and still felt very honored when events in the UN, one has the possibility of intervening right in the opening session when the hall is full, or subsequently when people walk out and all of that. And this time, I suppose, out of great respect for the Holy Father and the Holy See, and especially in view of the fact that it's a secret has just been published, we had a chance to intervene when the session, the full session, and so part of the opening ceremonies. And the session was great because, especially since the Secretary General of the United Nations had wanted, actually did, make a comment right after the publication of the encyclical in support of the message of the encyclical and in support of the encyclical's own, if you want, moral support to all the talk about climate change and the need to be committed to some kind of change and to change shift. And then, over and above the Secretary General's own recognition in his speech of the role of the encyclical, the publication of it, and gratitude to the Holy Father, one after the other, the heads of state and representatives who intervened kept making reference to the encyclical, as the Holy Father has said, So it's something that has resonated very widely, and it's something that apparently, in the short period of time between the publication and this event in the UN, people apparently had read it and knew what the encyclical was saying, and found in it a strong moral support for the UN's own.
I don't know, yes, I am a more quababio, MC Aquaco videos, me and son, who follow program Yakchedi, videos when you're home. Into Yanko Evangelist, not saying to your boss videos, we on mind.
Very well. Said the Watchman, Kaweno, Kayen, young Haunsi of Kobobium. Now, said the amount for free, Ebisa questions. What man said, Yedikai, Ewa Hajabinum, okay, RTV so any home base. Ya can be bebre monte ntina ya ba reverse kakra no.
That's right.
Ye man panin that dance say a original simpioso into aba no di kan kasa ye. Entino mo a mo be share ne campaign as mo misa ne say
no 2015.
Yes, Boko Paris. Edin sa ko share krata bi ase. Sa krata no mo de mo sa share ase no. Eno na kidnap ya Texan. Unso okasa no o se amam panimfo na ekoye no aye man panin da mama ka ho. President Obama ka ho. Ye on videos.
That's right.
On says of a cassette. Need dear Omoma Holy Father, any Holy See, Holy See. One guy Roman Catholic Church, right? Itibra, the encyclical near the two hon, Obia Soreno or Cassa, or encyclical needing it unanimously. Obia Sorry MP, Omuna Ditum, Recope. And in Patro, Maroman Cademy Bianca say, Yaka Roman Fasem, Yaka Holy See. Holy See, sorry, okay. Holy See, I buying. Well, Francis Newman, Penny. That's right. 18 Honaminam. And in Pacha Manor House and Sanity. Very well. So, Yachatum, Paris Agreement Nasi. 2015. Yes. Said document that for France de Aban. Yanim Pantum, or Mampeni Mama Kabi. So, on one cabinet, just so you know, Ghana Nakasa. Okay. Pisa Ghana and the two Abamano, and yes, man ho. And what could this man, I will be no 18. And the men on Casa, who can be. So one can be the annual revision 1840 said that's right. All right. And document no more sign. Document nature say. Yemma edumaya for edumomo yen yembranasi. And the Paris Agreement no sa Article 2. Last week me kai and me who see me time class enchim be bet e breba by Bobi do kitwa bi na ye achirim. Na krata no a sign ni fa binu e na ehyem say yemfa kwsedensi ho enhome. That's right. And no we are saying na akosan na sa de no down besha sa mra no e say we are say boni no aye maye adwin kro say ye betu nyankopon emra nsem du no egu nyahu me na keke we say nyankopon na no tu ba ko a what mean na. That's right. Enti da we are say be adwin say e free sabre e ko no de be ye nyina yanka say free sabre no na say ye kuru ano ayema. Obayi no de be o ye nkyerem yi e pre we are say nyina be adwin kro Yes.
Say nyame home da ye da to sonson ye free ho.
Yes.
Ne ye de kwasiada a free Roman sumu anase Constantine encheche mu ene baaye no eno ne ye de asi ho. Na obi biara ode memene da ebe ye ne home da no saafo ne yen twe wona so efise waya so den etie wiase nyina emran.
Yes.
Na te wiase kruwa ye ma.
Very good. Enyo mo ko keke. Obi biara obebu kwasiada mran so no. Aban ne woni. Won say omofa aban tumi ene ko bata sa osum ne chia na adani beast.
That's right.
Say the nyandani beast dani ba. Ebi say won ni mana ko hye ho. Say no ye gi tumi aban ho e dia bata say bra mra no betimi ayedwuma.
That's right. Say ye ma aboa no honini no honhom.
Very good.
Say ye de mra e bata chiri.
Very good.
Okay.
Ne mra de bata chiri no videos mi no bi mra 4-5 na ye fa kire mra.
You was somebody po.
Pepe.
Production videos 4 and 5. Somewhere crowd wa Munromai.
History of the UN in New York. As Earth Day was being observed around the planet, a record number of countries signed the historic Paris Accord to slow global warming. China and the United States, the world's top producers of greenhouse gas emissions, pledged to formally adopt the deal by the end of the year. US Secretary of State John Kerry brought his granddaughter along, symbolically stressing the pact's importance for future generations. For the French president who hosted the talks in the wake of last November's terror attacks, this was a moment of satisfaction. Never.
Today, the Paris Agreement on climate change enters into force. It is a historic day for people and the planet. All the world's nations have agreed to act to limit global temperature rise. All countries have pledged to strengthen resilience to the changes that are coming. The road to Paris was long. Over the course of many years, a growing chorus of scientists, civil society groups, and business leaders demanded action. In Paris, their governments responded. The United Nations.
Yes, I am a more Safi no adwene program ni di edi yemre na evangelist Kakari mene the researcher evangelist Joseph Anane ene ye ha na Kofi Duabro ne bi den se betom ni nyina ne se ewiase akwapam ama SDG 17 2015 ya jiatum a ye de encyclical bi aka ho a eno no free the Holy See anase papasi no a ma kabom se ye de boase de be ya bobra eye hye no ye de beto so ye ko hwe mu no wo de mraketo bi aba be hyem se yemfa kwasiada ensi won sesa nyame homedan se de be ye wiase nyina ebe som kwasiada ni age saa enhyehyɛ na tum na do beguso no ye de asotwen ama no eno ne ye kyerɛ se etie nyame asem de ba ne saa yankopon ebe keka no it is a free one program na e ho no ne ye to so e free evangelist ya have videos
Right. Oh, say video de kan. Asensasen be ba mu.
that's right
Sa krata no e di ensa hye ase no production the picture betu sisiara. Wiase aman bi o wiase bia asan bi.
that's right
Now we say wiase mo aye Father's Day, Mother's Day, awu fonda yi Japada ene enapada ne ne kaka Valentine Day.
that's right
Ye wo Earth Day asase da. No so ye di. Na UN any Holy See wiase nyina ye ne kakra krama 2016 Earth Day e ya asase da no eno nko science apam.
wow
Ghana nebo ahye ho awo sign no na baabi a ye di ensa hye aye sign no e wo ho no se kwasia da duru a yemfa home
e ya sase de da
yes ya asase da na
Wiase
aban to me enter chiri eno achi na banki mu ba ye November 4 2016 omo kai date no November 4 2016 eno kan say today November 4 the Paris Agreement on Climate Change enters into force.
that's right
Just after no aba e say emra no
partnership
abatna say o si edi so wo kan sa ade no ade chi ene ne to abo America e na Trump win ye
okay
enti force na e ba he no e ba na Trump ti aso say sa force no nya dwuma America sa se
wow
e na o yi America free
me hwe date ne bio
November 4 2016 November 4 2016 ade chi ye November 5 e na ne to abo America e na Trump win ye na chesa ade no
that's right no twe America free mo
twe America free
internet so mo implement ya
enye no nkyere se Trump atwi wiase free mo Bible kyerɛ biribi and na wiase nyinaa ka bom sɛ ya hyɛmra de bɛyɛ adwuma na America nko film na wiase no mfie na yɛntimi mpa de no nya adwuma da yɛnti yɛ pa kyerɛ sɛ wiase Russia, China, Brazil, India yɛn nyinaa yɛ kan ho bom a yɛntimi America enkom sɛ yɛ adwuma
okay
we say enkom
we are part of the prophecy
yes
we are key our prophecy no
enkom sɛ kyerɛ sɛ yɛnum bɛnya adwenkoro
that's right United Nations,
yes.
Vatican or Holy See, and then America.
And you know, America in one film, no, adwenkoro no yenya ezipi. Sa. And you know, acquire Holy See, any UN, any adwenkoro American come.
Okay.
And you know, the obey America film no. As a song was an adwen, and I say yini film.
That's right.
Say bear, we are sending back a bomb now for the PCA, no, yeah,
it me.
And then come to the church say, a bassa no see, we are seeing na bedi abwanachi. All the world wondered after the beast.
Okay.
Till everyone yet team will say, I didn't know penny for no yen. A tion yankupon, and to no mommy and shasem pemonka. And tell a multi asem TV so radio soon was a corner baby. I catch him say, dear Yano, we are secure a yama.
Internet said Revelation 18:4.
Yes.
Angel no message no 18
sanity.
Make my moon free na mo anya ne boni bi na mo anya na so twɛn ne bi.
Yes. Now question na mo de akɔhyɛ mu no ya na mo se Yesu Kristo sorry question say the church of Christ for can me pa nya nukre
okay
Kristo sorry question da ye nyina enim
na emu
Kristo nkan yɛ sɛ
yɛm fasada no
yɛm pa bɛ hyɛmra da bi
ɛm hyɛ komeda na yɛm
yɛm nkan kan na gibons makan ne huma no wɔ hada
okay
ɔno wakyerɛ sɛ aso no tumi ɛwɔ no ana ɔde hyɛ kwasi adamra
that's right
na ɛsan so yɛ Catholic catechism yɛn kyerɛkyerɛ
and it is the mark of the Holy Catholic Church
sanity maka no ha maka ho document na da entini we nya Yesu asɔre
okay
na baby a ɔmo de kwasi adamra na hyɛ no a ebi mu ehunu mɛpɛ sɛ mɛbɔ ho video mienu bi kɛkɛ
okay
na ide akyerɛ bibi ase na fe yasa atoa so 6 and 7 betimi aba
okay production video 6 and 7
of efforts over several years. But here's the piece that is not in the Paris Agreement. The urgency is not in the Paris Agreement. Because what science knows now that we did not know as clearly in 2015 is that, if you will, and I saw my favorite scientist do this a couple of days ago, so now I feel scientifically authorized to exhibit this little piece of paper, which I used to do on a graph, but actually I think the paper is much better. We are emitting 41 gigatons of CO2 per year as a globe, so have this be your 40 gigatons, okay? By the year 2020, we have to do two things. We have to ensure that we are not going beyond making this a bigger paper, okay? That we definitely stay within that boundary, but also that we have put everything in motion such that by 2030, 1 decade later, we can actually cut this in half. By 2030, we have to be at 20 gigatons. By 2040, we have to be at 10. By 2050, we have to be at 5. 5 is the maximum that we could possibly, under some circumstances, absorb. If
yɛsan ɛmɔmɔ kwaba bio mahu sɛ messages no ɛba bebree nyame nhyira mo yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛtumi ayɛ bra na hakenka messages no kakra even sɛ akɔhwehwɛ videos too
very well on say lady na oka odeka kasa no Christiana Figueres
okay
obomode so obɛkyerɛ mu nti okuta papers mienu ɛna o kyerɛ mo sɛ ɛna wo hwɛ wiase a efin ne husie ne ɔmo no carbon
monoxide any ade no
akɔ wie mu ne senti ama ɔsɛ ɛba wiase a yɛde ho mrɛba no wɔse yakare ne nyina na 41 gigatons into okuta paper bi na ɔyɛ ne sɛ yɛmfa ne sɛ
41 gigatons
ɛne ne paper wiase mu fin nyina ɛna wɔse ɛwɔ sɛ enu afiwe ewie yɛ
bi enisi yɛ di bi ka
saa ɛne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ gyina hɔ
na afei yɛhwɛ kwan bɛfa so a yɛbɛte so
yes enti ɛwɔ sɛ enu afiwe ewie no eni kwan sɛ di bi bɛka ho na yɛmfa hyehyɛ bi mmra efiri afiwe wie yɛ ɛkɔ no ɛbɛnya mfie du no na efi no na ɛmo akyɛ mienu se kyɛ sɛ ɛmo akyɛ yɛde half kɔ saa mfie du akyi no na asa de half kɔ enti endo de year 2015 no kyɛ sɛ aka kitikiti bi
that's right 5
ebetimi amane sɛ de ɔka no enti wɔ kyerɛ sɛ yɛnya mmra ebetimi aba wiase a ɛbɛte saa noma yi so
that's right
na mmra no yɛmfa mmra no ɛne video to so mienu no wɔn India krom wɔn sɛ ɔmo yɛ video no ne fa bi no na ayɛ
emsie komo
ayɛ wiem ma wɔn kyerɛ sɛ lockdown no ma ayɛ no sana na India wo wura kro no mu a ɛteɛ
industries yɛ adwuma ne carbon monoxide yɛ fly
lockdown no ba yɛ no ayɛ ka sɛ obi antena fie no afi na ama ewiem ate
oh okay
enti sɛ ebetimi yɛ lockdown ba ewiem ate dia ɛne yɛmfa hyehyɛ ɛte sɛ mmra sɛ bɛyɛ a yɛde bɛ lock yɛ nyinaa down sɛ bɛyɛ bɛma ewiem ate
that's right
ɛno ne hyehyɛ yɛ a wɔn kyerɛ sɛ wɔn atena sɛ ho sɛ yɛntimi close company bia yɛntimi pam obi a sɛ wɔn tena fie na mmom yɛmfa dako nsi hɔ sɛ bɛyɛ a yɛbɛ lock obi a down kyɛ sɛ mo obi a nyɛ dwuma na ɛmo ma saa ne ma no so nte
okay
dako na yɛde bɛsi hɔ no ɛna holy seed ade akɔ dada sɛ ɛnyɛ kwasiada ano so ɔmo agye atom na ne gye sɛ mo wɔ mo ne sɛ 2020 production de ato screen so afi we nkɔ wie no ɔmo sɛ ɛyɛ turning point
okay
nsakyayɛ brɛ turning point ne kyerɛ sɛ kanea nwoma bi na yɛyɛ no afi we nkɔ wie no na yɛsesa yɛ adwe afiri ho
that's right
na nhwesɛɛ no yɛde bɛ mu foforɔ no ɛna ɛbɛboa ma wiase yɛakɔ nkanya de kɔsi 2030 ne kyɛ sɛ ɛde ahotɔ aba
that's right
enti afi we ɛwɔ mu 2020 aka bɛɛ bosomi a ɛbɛkɔ wie yi aka nhyehyɛ yɛ aka a yɛde bɛkyerɛ yɛn sɛ bɛyɛ a ɛfiri 2021 ɛɛkɔ no afi obiara bɛtena sesei
okay
ha ɛno na mekyerɛ mu wɔ ha sɛ mo bia nsuro wɔyɛ ɛyɛ ne gyesɛm ɛne sɛ Joe Biden a wɔba no yɛbɛbɔ video sesei a afei na wiase no anya kwan sɛ Joe Biden adahoroma yɛbɛka wiase nyinaa bɔ mu na afei
benya adwen korɔ
so ho saa nhyehyɛ no ɛna last week yɛbɔ video yɛbɛsan bɔ saa video no bi video number 8 baabi a Cardinal Dan Misler
okay
ɛka sɛ nhyehyɛ no a Pope Francis no wiase de ba ɛbɛhɛ kristofo bi mu
5 to 10%
of
Christian population be
good but they are two screen so production they are two so to see
5 to 10%
yes
of world population be
yes.
are only very vocal Seventh-day Adventist
watch out I don't know what the most have you done pe kana video kana Misler video no video number 8
okay production ever some ready video number 8.
One thing we learned early on about Pope Francis, meanwhile, is the new boss is definitely not the same as the old boss. Next year, the pontiff's focus will be on change, not his own, but climate change. Correspondent Doug McElway has that story tonight.
Having briefly worked as a barroom bouncer when he was young, Pope Francis is no stranger to arguments. Now he has a big one on his hands, reportedly preparing an encyclical, a letter to bishops for next year, that calls on Catholics to fight climate change. It's already proving deeply divisive.
The world is in trouble with climate change. The scientists have spoken, the Vatican and the U.S. bishops have accepted that science, and now we need to begin to act.
To pick a contentious scientific issue, which even now, going on, almost 2 decades of no global warming, going on sea ice recovering, going on sea level rise, actually decelerating, on every metric from polar bears on down, the global warming narrative has weakened. And to now have a Pope jump on that bandwagon would sow confusion, I think, among Catholics.
The climate encyclical is only the latest of the Pope's controversies. He won the president's praise for helping to broker this month's contentious Cuba reset.
I want to thank His Holiness Pope Francis, whose moral example shows us the importance of pursuing the world as it should be, rather than simply settling for the world as it is.
He's shaken up doctrine in other areas, calling for moderation in the Church's view of divorce and of gays. He has attacked what he calls the cult of money and unchecked capitalism. U.S. Cardinal Raymond Burke said in October that under Pope Francis, the Church is now like a ship without a rudder. Retired Cardinal Francis George of Chicago has said of the Pope's controversial statements, quote, "Does he not realize the repercussions?" One theologian believes the Pope relishes the fight.
This Pope Francis is not afraid. he's making huge bets. And for now, he's winning. So we'll see what the future will bring.
If the Pope goes through with this encyclical, he'll be aligning himself with some church enemies, a few environmental extremists who favor widespread population control and wealth redistribution, an alignment that may test the faith of some Catholics. Ed?
Doug McKellar in Washington. Thank you, Doug.
Na Mediana Seventh-day Adventist Church, Mr. Mumfancha Messiah Bomudin, Pastor Anthony Melchizedek. The Advent message to the world in this generation, especially the three angels message. Why are you people quiet? Makai SDA books, National Sunday Law, Makai the great controversy. You know all these things. Into Mokaya, ya mujidi, and amunini, mo the church like you don't believe it. This is the time where some TM send me my move free no more than a boni be, no more than a sutrain be. It will be too late tomorrow. Evangelist, to us, man.
And I say, oh, the man, how was it for? Why? Now, your friend, ma. Make us a mention. I bring to be here a program we.
Okay.
Now, our up north, Tamale side hole.
Okay.
Now, Oba a year of Kumasi. Tino Enra Memendano, or you say Uncle Yina so sorry. Na nana sorry what that near question sorry. And to Oba Kumasino, and also what catch any so for say, they say no one said near Memenda. And to one who was will be.
Okay.
Or drew so for the fear, not so for this in one sorry.
Wow,
I am I don't know the software so for me as you know say Jai, Mianka na sorry no, me share program on TV so much as on Netflix question that about Memenda. Wow. I know when I was saying or me in I know how was it for him. Nyame woni ndi oye
abokra him for
woni me ha ho kra wa
okay
ye ko ani
okay
de ye hwe no TV so o hwe videos na ya bono a wonu se ayi papa no onwa ka se de Pope Francis eye no e de o ha beba wo ye Roman Catholic so for no mo kasa you.
That's right.
E bi se wa tro wo ensa kaka no mo se ye nhemra ye hiamra ne se ya se be ya wi ase nyina be di so kana ye kire mo se Samra noa Holy See any UNC yen shano. And no yanko shama America, yanko shama Russia, ye shama we are singing as ye miso.
Okay.
And ye nyasha Samra no pass we are second hobum Ashamra, I did to Yakupomra if you ho. Near the Asutri Abatahua, never say you cruayama, I am, sir. And to worship be a say drona, I am. Nayana Mapo Bisase. Intino, sir, what ye beautiful as and answer tells me, and Timidina Yakupomra Seminina so now we done a permit to her. And no so Megana Bible count James chapter 2 verse 10 said your baby running yes
no but move back on we didn't in our home for and I said they can't no a council said and say our dear
yes
it's when you not say our dear William Rano
and it's a last me be sour has say Ghana mra who was send and said what to and said you are prison
over 3,000 laws
do send and here said nipa beto
tobacco pet yes best page
na then Ghana de tobacco pane so no gas nyankopom mra de medini nyina o ka ni nyina be ka se do so ama ade so amiemu for akoma nyina do rade ne do yonko ni party so ho emra ne amienu pe o se medini nyina so
aye nyankopom do e na six twatwa ye odo aye do ye
o se medini nyina ne ade ye amienu se ni nyina ne nyina se de and in part of Ghana, over thousands of them. Yediso. So last make a misena me kind of Marco, me do 2,000, and the woman mean kind of me trash. I Ghana.
Okay.
Now, me Pancho, and you Sa Ghana Mrano, and no sooner on my peninsula ya or the lockdown by a womb. And I know the any day. Now, you have videos. I can answer the most videos. Me perceive we are city as Nansen yep program in Makinka documents for her. Pope Benedict, Pope Francis, and a Cardinal O'Malley, Titiasi.
Okay.
Cardinal O'Malley no America. Benedict Tiasi. And Pope Francis Tiasi, on me and San some more out and say, Quasiadan, a marchand so a mark.
It is the mark of the Holy Catholic Church.
Yes, sir. And until Quasiadan a mark, because I said, woman, if free, and
mark.
Very good. Yembo videos 1, 2, 3, 4 this one videos 9 to 12. Now yembo three idea no finish as family.
Production videos 9 to 12. Somehow crowd yes some Romani.
Yes.
Na ye gidie ne se e yen so pedua. Okay. If you say se ne si kum no so no yen konko ka se sa miemu due no e yen hira.
Okay.
Nanso so no Constantine otimi ekum sa Roman for a strap for Cassian Pennyphone, no Pajaway, no, and we ye a henche, esi so say, we a ye in Kunim Aquachem, dear. The symbol of victory of Christ.
Okay.
And no, and about my fist, I'm no corner, no. O can't be Biara or Behasi Biarano, would be Biarano, family Mudiano, if he say, and no, and a rider when I'm Kawa. Adane and superdria amna babaye and kwaje and kunimdria.
Yeah, okay. Also for
ono any emperor would decania. Ya or se sa ni suse obeyo Christoni. Ah, ye bonne suma yo Christoni. No can say or the room asie ho e ma wono mo na wono makosoro ho no mo no. No akwakwate o mensini kese na wode to no ho se Constantinople.
That's right.
Nti oboai ema sebio adana kesia ya bosomdane ade ni nyina no ogeni nyina edema Christ.
Oh, that's good.
No di ma Christ no eho ene tim ko hunu se ohhehye no ma bi kura ba se eda e friend se abosom ya som no enkanka wi abosom no wi abosom. Na Roman for some no say or no we have some conquered at the end. Was a sad now would done near 25th December. Until was a sad dano say a we have some no a baby for 25th December. I didn't him there. And my Christo or Benjamin Christo.
Young fat and is the be a better Christmas. Okay. Open idea na Constantine ye fa homeda no.
Well, ni media kakra minim say Constantine no de homondam nsesae e baaye. Okay. Homondam nsesae no e ba e ma asoro na adwendwen panimfo. Nse Catholic asore no ye wo no ma mienu a ye de egina so e de esom Nyankopon.
Okay.
Ye wo bibia ya friends a tradition. Amambrani amania ya asono efemua free invitiation no Jesus Christ na so no ekopum na no eno ene friend tradition ena if tradition no so a asande aba the gospel and say the Bible,
okay.
The Bible no any tradition no wo mu untimi nti wo mu ntem no kure no Bible cry no say asom bia wo wiase bia ti asese asom ba ko pene Jesus stay na so tie no ene se osmesu afon se monko wiase afa na nyina na monko kamasem no na de obaji madi mombo na su enti efiri emfie mfitiase ya Jesus wuye no ko pem 1517 na so bia ni wiase ka Roman Catholic aso up to 1517
ye be shada edie no honkomo
and ye obedi
ye shada pahwe church history no
na fi wa man dem pese me kan ho no de mount asense enti enhihye ya ewo som mu nyina no Bible no kura ya be boaboa no amna ba be Bible kura esese no eye Catholic asore no ene ye ni nyinara
okay
enti se enhihye we nyina eba na 1517 empapa mu aba ya osofo a oye Roman Catholic sofo imfiedu I friend Martin Luther.
Okay.
One no was a samba ye Sebio Protestant and I say what in one. And she say yeah a da hon muffy copim say 1517 no. A japadia or a nubi any a da so no ashisha to say a da ponkesia ya Jesus Christ was shen when munyam no. We yin when munyam shen when munyam was a name nara a wopesiada. A da a decline. Nti aso no ehya ase no wamu apamdada nanimtia na emom no otime hunu se amanne fufuro bi a eba aba be hye Nyankopon adwumedie nanimonyam no amanne ri nyina ko wie Jesus Christ
so
eso
nti ne twase hye nanimonyam sa
hye nanimonyam na nanimonyam hye no no ene ne wusori a ya wosori ye
na wotwe
na wotwe no I friends say the day of the Lord Erade
okay me buy no so if Erade da no hono me hwe se me pese ye behwe be ye hwe ni say na che say no reverence mato ase ya wo gya tum se e Roman som no ene de kwasi ada da no esi ho se enye da ponda ene mfama Kristo
say me pese e ye kan say Catholic
Catholic asafo
no ene de ka Roman no a
na koye kese
na koye se Roman no e Rome enam say so ni tri ko di Rome ntino akwakoye qualify Roman
na so fa universal church no Catholic okay international Catholic sorry
na but the Roman Catholic me pensa
okay you me pensa because Roman na kamanum international Roman Catholic for and they na what we dey kan ya kwasi ada Yesu Kristo wu sorry da no esi ho se enya da ponda ye de be kai Kristo
no
a Roman for
a Catholic sorry
wow.
We're here at President's Park. We want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, have unbelievable holidays, and we are now going to light a very beautiful tree, and I'll ask our First Lady to get ready, and maybe we'll do a countdown from 10. So we'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's a day that I've been looking very much forward to all year long. It's one that we have heard and we speak about and we dream about. And now, as the President of the United States, it's my tremendous honor to finally wish America and the world a very Merry Christmas. Each and every year,
adofo we sign emo kwa baby video ba kwa yi ya me ne Reverend Pius Ajiman no Mr. Mo ye the credit no ma Angel TV e ho no na ye PK feed no e free evangelist
mo e Christopher nti o se woni ne kasa no ba bia me pese metwe ahwefo adwesi no se wo se owia busum na wo musum
the unconquer God
yes constant be dia de no se owia ne da no ye jama Kristo enti abosom da ye 25th December no ye je da ma Kristo da ye Kristo awoda
that's right
eno na omampani Trump abedu no so 2020 we 2017 Christmas ena na omudi sa no say almost of Christmas tree
that's right
a Roman Catholic any holy saints na kire ena every sabre no eda so ye dwuma ena so fani na ka wo video no say ayadwapade a ekuta asore no amodi mawiase ena bisa nti woji atomo se Roman Catholic ko se da so ba se han nti men ka se Roman dem kan Catholic that's how no kan yes enu ne video a mi ye di wie no ho se Pope Francis ne ayi Lutheran leader omo sensan no omo no mo de ko se da so no bai
okay
enti sa paper no so mo san no ayen sori nyina ya kabomu ena ya san se ni Roman Catholic aye baako
that's right
enti se no ye ka Roman Catholic Pentecost kan ho Church of Christ kan ho Methodist one one ye nyina ye kan ho ya ko share sa de na
Catholics of Penny dia tudwa se wo a wo se wo nye Catholic na ye Protestant no
yes
enie we are so the Bible one ye dwuma dia and you keep the 7-day Sabbath ko ka FD for and just add ya Catholic no
se ochina na November wu na fa ye ra December ye be Christmas no eye dwapade a ye gifri asore no ho Christmas ye gifri ho Easter gifri e na kwese da so ye gifri ho miensa ni nyina mo ye triplets
okay
ti se oba wa wo miensa bom sa na tie kwese da som Christmas ni Easter ni nyina ma ba ko papa ba ko
okay
enti untimi mfa ba ko nya ba ko enfirima ni nyi sa e na Bible kire se abone peja we ebremu a saa to me and on the can we are singing a boom.
That's right.
Now, why you na Casa America beba? Any video cat to a bebo. Tino video can my
production. You libre into video I did actually no homo am I
in the world. To protect American workers, I withdrew the United States from the unfair and one-sided Paris Climate Accord, a very unfair act for the United States. The Paris Accord was not designed to save the environment, it was designed to kill the American economy. I refuse to surrender millions of American jobs and send trillions of American dollars to the world's worst polluters and environmental offenders, and that's what would have happened.
And our people safe and secure. And it's a team that reflects the fact that America is back, ready to lead the world, not retreat from it. Once again, sit at the head of the table, ready to confront our adversaries and not reject our allies, ready to stand up for our values. In fact, in calls from world leaders that I've had, about 18 of them or 20 so far, I'm not sure the exact number, in the weeks since we won the election, I've been struck by how much they're looking forward to the United States reasserting its historic role as a global leader, both in the Pacific as well as the Atlantic, all across the world.
President-elect, you've put forward a bold, transformative climate plan. But you've also underscored that no country alone can solve this challenge. Even the United States, for all of our industrial strength, is responsible for only 13% of global emissions. To end this crisis, the whole world must come together. You're right to rejoin Paris on day one, and you're right to recognize that Paris alone is not enough.
I don't think yes, I am more probably Yanko evangelist or your time no asa.
I say President Trump, what will say or Sheda and we America film.
That's right.
Where last video now or can say you if you say Ominako share virtually. And Biden can say America is what? Back. America back. Not just say baby in America and Trump be in feel say no or the America back. Then the third person, John Kerry, or say the whole world must come together. Sir, and if I fear ye be romu ye carry us in then a boom. And I buy the casan see a man for a friend, a man pen for a friend and say, on bedi we as a kind. Na young kunyi or say the whole world is waiting for the American leadership. Sir, and here do what? Obianya butre by the one yakakai or yabon sam. Mon Kenyan panese kunyaso
na unyankupon. And I prim one come say, woman is emblem, and I will know and we're doing crop. Sir, these have one mind. Na yakika fununi yakika madam paina, mesramo ya djumadieno abana wiye. Nemo mshano so say yenya asofo mpanimfo ewo Jerusalem. Ye ma wo moduane di. Ye hwohwo awon. Se wonsua tworo kronkron nkom shefa Messiah no. Na wo mo de wo nkan kire wo man no. Se de be ya ye be wo Messiah no ana ye wo no ombehu. Awrafo se se wo mo didi no mon. Hwohwo awo mo ma wo ba bi part-time. Nenso ye wo Messiah no. Impo akyerɛkyerɛ fo na ehunu na kampese wa ka kyerɛ ɔman no Seventh-day Adventist Church mo bɔkɔkɔ firi company pen so ebra duru no mpɔmpɔn so no the church is quiet. Pastor Anthony Melchizedek wona manisan wo if is on me so hwɛ ni so ba bi sika bia church Seventh-day Adventist Church wo no mo mobilize it na mo ntinsim na mo nye dede Revelation 18:4 me man mo firi ni mu na mo anya ne bɔne ni bi na mo anya na so twɛ ni bi kwasiada som homra na eba no se wo pem kwagye a dwane gye wo kran kwa enene odumbre enene nkwagye da na ye besre se wo pese support program ya wo betuma send sika e dia baye momo line so 055 35 74 933 that's 055 35 74 933 na dia support program no me so me number is 0244 132368 that's 0244132368 yada production team ni na ase obeka me ho yada evangelist Joseph Anani so ase mimi din esuafo de hye Kofika Kare na wotwa se ne wabrabo no nsia kobo no nso no adi yemre ebebo akwan so bio yen kan se de opese wote no ni mo be kan se de nyame asem se ebe mi ehunu nokore no na nokore no ayi ade hye yeda mo ase